Khiang, RGE.
Good morning, distinguished guests, fellow panel members. Like MAS, RGE is a group of privately owned companies operating along the founders' operating philosophy of 5 C's. Okay, that means our companies have to do good for the community, good for the country, good for the climate, good for the customer. Then only it will be good for the company. Along the line of community and country, the focus is really to elevate poverty because most of our businesses are operating in rural areas in Indonesia, in China, in Brazil. And how do we elevate poverty? Through 3 E's. Okay, education, focusing on education, empowerment, and enhancement. In terms of education, the focus is really access to quality education. So we have upgraded close to 500 schools. We have upgraded the teachers' teaching skill, about 2,000 of them. You know, in terms of scholarships, we have given close to 200,000 scholarships to the communities around, not only around operations, but also in Indonesia. In terms of enhancement, you know, our palm oil company worked with close to 36,000 smallholders to improve their yields, to improve their silvicultural practices so that they can have a better livelihood. You know, our companies are at the pioneer. They are the pioneers of what we call a fire-free village program. Working with villagers around our community, along our operations, to encourage them and incentivize them not to use fire to clear their land, but to use mechanical means to clear their land. And we have been successful in this, and we have scaled it up to now close to 75 villages are involved in this program. And we have even formed an alliance to share best practices with other companies. In terms of climate, you know, our palm oil companies in RSPO, they are certified RSPO standard. By end of this year, all the smallholders that are working with us will be also certified RSPO. For the pulp and paper company, you know, we have what we call a production protection model, which in some ways is an illustration of SDG. The production area essentially is a ring of plantation surrounding a conservation area. That ring of plantation provides jobs for close to 90,000 people, direct and indirect, in the community, right? And that takes off pressure for them to encroach land. It also provides a security buffer to help us protect the conservation area. Today, we have close to about 400,000 hectares of conservation area. We're in the process also of restoring them. In fact, the shareholder has committed US 100 million for operational activities in this conservation area, all right, to restore them. So, by and large, our companies are operating somewhat along the SDGs. The SDGs launch have now given us a good framework. We're going through an exercise to realign all our programs, framework, reporting, measurement, impact measurement along the SDGs goals. Okay? But that is not good enough from our perspective. You know, at the same time, we need partnership, like what some members say, with UNDP, with the local government. The philanthropic arm of the founder, Tanoto Foundation, has actually co-sponsored a UNDP project to help Indonesia government bring the SDGs goals down to the national level, subnational level. So in fact, they are working in our areas of operation, the district and the province. And they are close to completing the program. So we hope at the end of their program, the business can come together with UNDP to see how we can align the SDG goals at the district and the provincial level, and how the business can help the sub-district and the province accelerate the achievement of their goals through better investment from the company. So this is what we have done in terms of accelerating the SDG goals.
Thank you very much indeed. All of you have been involved in businesses which have been involved in sustainability since before 2015. So the question is, how have the SDGs changed the way you think about the way you operate, whether it's in the UNDP or in the private sector or with the IFC? So a nice, short, sharp answer, if you could, please, on how have the SDGs changed or not what's going on in the...
Well, I mean, not all 17 SDGs are going to be impacted on the way the company does business. So we really have to prioritize, right? And that's the same even for the local government as well as the national government. What is important is that there is now a common language for us to see how to align the priority SDGs and how to invest the money to accelerate the achievement of the SDGs, you know. So that's one aspect. The SDGs also allow us to kind of consult with the government to give them our views of what's the impact of their policies in a very holistic manner with a common language, so to speak. You know, so hopefully that way the partnership between the government and the private sector, you know, can result in better policies.
Thank you so much. So we finish on with a common language, enables us to talk with government, consult with government, and prioritise both for government and business.